Alright guys, welcome back to Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2010. So, we're going to continue on with the Sportsman Championship. I'll do Morgan Pressel, the Arnold Palmer Invitational, Anthony Kim, but... Whoops. What in the hell is happening? Okay. Roy McIlroy. I was going to say... and then you have a major. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to skip Chris DeMarco. I might do Siri Pack, unless you... Oh, damn it. I wanted to go through the ones I didn't really want to do. Because since this is almost a direct copy of '09, there's really not many changes at all, and it's no significant changes at least. I wanted to make the career mode or the PGA Tour season a little bit short, so we can get right into the 2009 and 10 version. Or the Wii version, I should say, of 2009 and 10, which I believe is significantly different. Again, haven't played them, but based on the cover and the back of the boxes of those, they're different. And it's not just the Wii version; it was just the newer generation. So the PS, a lot of yellow. The PS3, the 360. All those versions were different than this one. I think it was just technology. Like maybe they couldn't do... I can't pet this. They couldn't do as much. Sandwich. Oh wow, that flung to the right. They couldn't do as much with this one. Being on the PS2, so they decided not to add stuff, but to still put it on the console, which is a little weird. If you have to cut so much and basically make the same game as the previous one, I wouldn't release it, to be honest. But hey. At the time, the PS3 was so expensive, and if you didn't have one, whoops, the only way to get any of these this game was to go with PS2. So that's probably why they did that. You make a lot of money that way. I think when it came out, the PS2 was like, what was it, $600 or something? I can't remember. I can't, not that I can't remember, I wasn't playing video games when the PS3 came out. I don't even remember when that was. Oh, that little piece of yellow got me. It got me. Ooh, good thing you missed that. I do wish, though, for after this game that I had a... Not new, obviously. They don't make PS2 controllers anymore. But, just a newer or something... What was that? I added power to it. Whatever. Just because the joysticks on this actually tend to mess up a lot. When I was in the menu earlier getting ready to record this, I moved the joystick just a touch to the left and it stuck there and was just going crazy on the screen. Then I moved what I thought was back to the middle and it was a little bit to the right and was going crazy again, and I was just like, oh my god. But anyway, hopefully that won't affect the other games I plan on playing on the PlayStation. Just because I don't want to have to try to buy a different controller. Yeah, I don't think we're making it. Oh god, the wind. 109 still way right, but I don't think that was because of the wind. So that means I'm gonna have to pull the joystick way left. Joystick. Why do I keep calling it that? Analog stick. I just realized I think I said joystick like 10 times. That was a great shot. 75 for the rough. There we go. But anyway, I guess a little update on the tournament. The second day was yesterday, and when I got back, I was just way too tired to play anything. Oh, dang it. I really thought I could cover that. Whoops. Whoops. I didn't mean to skip that one, or the other one. I was going to say, it's a good thing we skipped the first one since we went out of bounds. Whoa. Just lie. But, because since it's at, 9 in the morning, I like to wake up around 6. I get everywhere early. And in a lot of cases, I really don't have to get there as early as I do. But I'm paranoid about showing up late or something happening like traffic or just something. And, so I always leave pretty early. But, I get home after the first day. Ooh, I thought that was going to come back. And again, I played really well. I sat down, recorded one of these. I was going to do another one. Record another one. How in the hell? Whoa, that actually almost went in. But I think it was around 4 p.m., 5 p.m., something like that, that I finished. And because I was sneezing so much, I had to stop and just pause the game and come back, edit all that out and stuff. And for some reason, sometimes when I have to edit or cut something out, the what's it called? The rendering process takes forever. Like, it'll take hours sometimes. Like, the video was like an hour and 20 minutes after cutting out the one part. And I think it took like 3 hours to put it together and render. I don't know why it does that sometimes. But anyway, once that was done, I was so tired. I tried to go to sleep. And couldn't fall asleep for probably another 2 hours. Finally fell asleep. And only got like 2.5 hours of sleep. Got up and I'm so tired. I'm like, oh my god. I know I'm not going to play well because of how the lack of sleep I got. And oh, It was straight downhill. I almost figured it would be like the other one. That one didn't break an inch. Cool. Cool. So anyway, in my whole work schedule is the reason why when I play tournaments I usually don't get any sleep. But went to the range, was hitting everything fine. Actually fixed my driver. But I went out, playing with the same people because we were the top 3. So that was kind of a happy coincidence because I liked the guys I was playing with. And first hole was pretty different. You know, the first day I kind of hit it off the toe with my 4 hybrid, but it was still middle of the fairway. You know, a little right to left off the toe. Today, for some reason, I hit it. I want to say I hit it a little more solid, but for some reason it just started in the middle and went left. It was in the fairway bunker, and I think I was like 190 yards out, which is a long way off of the tees that we were playing off of. But because of the left and going into a bunker and not being able to roll very, you know, all that. I had so far, and there's a tree in the way. You have to draw it around that tree if you're that far left. Which I was prepared to do. I can draw my irons pretty well. The unfortunate thing was, you know, I needed a 5 iron because I was in a bunker, like I said. But I was basically standing, half of my feet were in the bunker, half of them were out. I was standing probably almost a foot over the ball. And you know, no club at that point is going to be the right height. So I'm standing there just like, this is going to go one of 2 ways. I'm either going to thin the hell out of it or hit it fat as hell. I'm thinking, you know, there's no way I can hit this good. And so I take my swing at it. The older guy that we were playing with, he just hit, his drive ended in the fairway, but it went maybe 5 feet in the air and just caught rough most of the way. So he still had like 300 yards. No, he still had about 250 yards to the green. And I mean, with a perfect 3-wood, he maybe could have gotten it there. He hit his 3-wood and basically just topped it. Just a little bit past me, but still in the fairway. But I hit my shot, and just like I thought, thinned the hell out of it. It hit the lip of the bunker in front of me. It was probably about 6 foot in front. Ooh, guess that was too hard. And just trickled out to about, I want to say 120 yards, 130 yards, something like that. So I hit it up to the green about 15 foot away, miss it, bogey the first hole, unlike the previous day where I birdied the first hole. And again, I had never birdied that hole before. I usually even bogey it, so I mean, I wasn't particularly mad that I bogeyed it. I was in an awful spot, and off the tee. And, you know, hitting it out, it would have been the same as going for it, you know, essentially. If I were to have just played it into the fairway. Oh, man. I forget when it's over a foot like that. You just need to hit them really, really hard. Really hard. The second hole, instead of taking my hybrid off the tee, since the pin was in the front, which meant it was about 30, between 300 and 310 yards, I want to say, to the pin. I decided, you know, like I think I fixed my drive on the range. Let me try it out. You know, I didn't hit it on the first hole. It didn't end up great. So I hit it on the second hole. It was just fine. Drifted a little bit to the right, but I know that's always fine if it does that because it'll hit the side hill and then bounce into the fairway, which is what it did. And I had about 30 yards, 40 yards, probably closer to 30 yards from the pin. Kind of, oh, why'd it go so far left? I saw the wind, but was it really that bad? Who dis? For some reason, I do not recognize her. Morgan Pressel? Doesn't look like Paula Creamer. I know it's not Natalie Golbis. I'll have to see on the scorecard. But anyway, I kind of thinned my pitch, which it turned out, oh, it's 12 miles an hour. Oh. Which turned out to be actually a pretty good thing because the greens were very slow. They were very soft. So that allowed it to roll up to about 8 foot. And still harder, wow. And it was a pretty big breaker. It broke probably 1.5 feet from 8 foot. But I had the line. Just didn't hit it hard enough. Parred that one. I was thinking, okay, not a bad start. Now, what was going bad for me was the one guy who shot in 81, the younger guy. He went par birdie. And I'll finish the other two guys off real quick and just focus on how I played after this. He finished 3 under. So his total for the 2 days was only 6 over, which was mine after the first day. He played amazing. That was weird. He really didn't miss hit very many shots. His worst shot was, you know, just a little bit of it drew more than he wanted to or something like that. He had a birdie putt on most holes. The only hole that was really bad for him was, I think it was the 9th hole. He made a double because he hit his 3-wood, which I'm very surprised about because I can, from RTs, my 4 hybrid almost goes too far. He hit his 3-wood and it went into the lake. It went too far. So he made a double there. He made a bogey on another hole, but it's just one bogey. Other than those two things, he birdied. Let's see. He was 3 under with a double and a bogey, so he had 6 birdies, which is crazy. And the course is a pretty tough course, even though it's public course. It's a little bit on the shorter side, especially from the white tees. It still plays pretty tough. He did end up winning. So good for him. You know, he was a good guy. Played real well and we had a good time playing together, so The older guy, I think he shot... Oh, what was it? 81? Or was it 79? No, he shot a 79. So he only shot one worse than I did on the first day. And he was only 3 over on the first day. So he was 10 over for both days, which is... I mean, that's great. And I've played with him a few times, and normally he's around 6 to 10 over. So he played really well. You know, he kind of took... He didn't let his bad holes kind of define him on those rounds, because he had... I think he might have had 2 doubles on the first round, and then this one he did have 1 double. And that was just because the 9th hole, the same one the younger guy hit, his 3 went into the water and hit it too far. So we get up to the green, and I had to hit a 5-iron. I didn't hit a great shot. It kind of was a little bit on the thin side, but it got on the green. And the hole is literally right over a ridge on the green, or a plateau, or whatever you want to call it. And it's resting on the slope, which is a little weird, and we all kind of agree is probably shouldn't be a thing. It shouldn't be able to rest on a slope like that, because it's a pretty severe slope. But anyway, I have a putt for a birdie. It's about... come on. I want to say it's only like 10, 12 foot. But again, you have that slope, and then it goes up and then straight down once it hits that. And I leave it like 3 foot short. I'm just like, you know, just terrified of going too far. It's as simple as that. But I make my par putt, luckily. You know, I didn't botch that one like I did the frickin' whole round. Oh my god. But he had a... He hit it just before the green on his second shot, so he had a little bit of a pitch or chip, depending on the length, however you want to think about that. He was probably about 30 yards, maybe less than that. Oh, cool. Rough? Oh, cool, you put me here. I'd rather be on the cart path. How'd that not go left off of that lie? But anyway. He didn't hit a great chip. He left himself with about... I want to say... Well, I mean, it wasn't a bad chip because, again, you're really trying to hold off from going past the hole too much, you know, because it has the possibility of just running past it. But he only had like 8-10 foot for par. Went by about a foot, kind of rushed his next one, missed that one for his bogey, got a double. That was really his only bad hole, and it was just the putts. Same for me with the first round on the second hole. The second hole was really my only bad hole, and it was the putts. Well, second shot didn't help me, but whatever. But anyway, I think the hole that, you know, kind of told me how the rest of my round was gonna go, and left me with the feeling of there's no chance in hell I'm gonna be able to do anything, was the 5th hole. So bogey the first, par the second, par the third, par the fourth. Now the 4th hole, I actually hit a great 4 hybrid off of the tee. You know, because again, this is another hole. You have kind of a little pond to the left the whole way and a creek running before the green. And the only thing you're thinking about is don't draw it, don't hook it, because it's going to go in that pond if you do. Hit it dead straight. Right the middle of the fairway. Had about 115, 120. Uncomfortable with the club selection though. Sandwich was never going to get me to the hole. And the pin was located at the top of the green, which 2 feet before that pin, it's a severe drop. So it was right on top of there. Really tough to get it there. But you know, the young guy got it right on top of there. I was worried about going too far because a chip back is worse than trying to go up there. And my sandwich, like I said, just wasn't enough to get there. That's like a 110. I might be able to get it to 115. And my gap wedge, a full shot is 140, maybe 145. So that means to get it back there, I really got to lay off my gap wedge. And laying off that much is a little bit uncomfortable for me. So I hit it fat just a touch, still on the green with like a 30-foot putt, but going up that ridge. Went past the hole about 4 feet, made it back. So I was happy about that. Made the par. So at this point, I'm 1 over. The younger guy is actually 2 under. He birdies, I think he's 2. He's either 1 or 2. He birdied the 2nd hole. I can't remember what he did on the 4th. But anyway. So we head to the 5th hole. Par 5. Again, one where I just need my 4 or my 3 hybrid. Off the tee, it'll get me to about 250 left to the green, and I just take my 3 hybrid from there if I want to try to go for it. So I think I hit my 4 hybrid. Whether or not I hit my 4 or my 3, it doesn't really matter. It was super thinned. I haven't hit a tee shot like this in a while. But I still had 350 yards to the hole, so I'm 100 yards back of where I normally am. 4 hybrid, that's what I hit. And I know because I just kept it on the cart with me, you know, so I could just grab it when I got to it. Because I knew, no way I'm going for it. I have to draw it around the trees, or around the corner, I should say, to get myself under 150 to the hole. So I step up, boom, hit a perfect little draw around everything. A low runner. And I'm about 120, 115 to the hole. And this is another one where I have, you know, my sand wedge won't get there. My gap wedge is way too far, so I have to lay off of it a ton. And like I said, this shot here is really what told me how the rest of the day was going to go. So I laid off of the gap wedge, but again, it's very uncomfortable for me. I didn't commit to it and shanked it OB. Now again, OB is only a few yards right of Oh, it's about 10 yards right, maybe 15 yards right of the rough line, but only a few yards right of like the car path. Because there's people's houses and stuff like that. And it hits, you know, the bottom of the club face. Club face was left open, almost hits like the hosel, I think, and just shoots right. Yes, the screaming irritates me with the things right there. But it just shoots right. I mean, it's obviously OB, so I just drop another one right there. Hit the same thing. This time just a little bit short of the green. Chip up. Miss my putt. Triple. And 8. 8 on a par 5. One that I birdie 30% of the time. And not only was that shot just embarrassing, to say the least, but the amount that, you know, what it cost me basically there, it put me at 4 over after 5 holes. And you remember the last round, I finished 6 over for the day. I'm almost there already, and it's only 5 holes. So after that, really couldn't get much going. You know, I'll start with the putting. I couldn't make a putt to save my life versus the day before. I only had one bad putting experience on the second hole. Everything else kind of, you know, if I missed my birdie putt, I wasn't missing the second one, you know. And even like, so I had a chip. What hole was it? Hole 8. I actually hit a really good 8-iron to about 180, 185, something like that. It carried 180. It was just a little bit to the right, though. It didn't draw like it usually does, so it was just left out a little bit to the right in the rough. And thinned my chip. Again, I chipped great the whole day before. So I was pretty positive in my chipping. You know, I was thinking, at this point I'm thinking maybe I can turn things around. At that point I was 5 over. I believe. Yeah, I think at that point on the 8th hole I was 5 over. Thinking I can turn it around. I can save a par here, get a par on number 9, and then maybe try to birdie 11 or 10. But just thinned the chip. I mean, just caught the middle of the ball, and it just ran by 25 feet. I'm just like, missed the putt. I did almost make the putt back, but it was a missed putt there. Bogey when it should have been an easy up and down par. So, but then on the 12th hole, I have a chip for a birdie again. This time it hits the middle of that pin and just flies out. And I'm just thinking nothing is going right for me. Everything is bouncing wrong. It's, you know, I can't do anything. Oh, that was bad. I was hoping to make it over that. The wedges, like the pitches overall were actually decent. I want to say I was getting them under 20 feet if I had a pitch into the hole, but you really don't, except for 2 holes, 2 par 4s. Other than that, it's oh wow, I didn't even notice where I was. Other than that, you have either shots you have to lay off of or full shots into the holes. Wow. But overall, my pitches were actually really good. Unfortunately, there were only 2 holes where I needed a pitch. My wedges, except for maybe a hole or 2, they were getting me on the greens. But unlike the first day, they weren't getting me under 15 feet. You know, the first day, every time I had a wedge in my hand, except for 1 hole, I was less than 15 feet away for a birdie putt, you know. Ton of chances on the first day. Today, you know, I could get it on, but 25, 30 feet away, just, you know, hit it a little bit fat here, or pushed it there, you know. My short irons, I mean, I was hitting them good. I was 175 on hole 16, par 3. Just took a little bit off my 9-iron and was probably about 20 feet from the hole, just a little bit short. And so I didn't really need to take anything off of it like I thought I did. Got super unlucky on 17. I hit my hybrid and it just didn't draw like it was supposed to and stayed off to the right. Ended up on a horrible side hill lie. The lie itself wasn't bad, but just the angle I was at was awful. And there was no way to hit that from left to right to try to get it on the green because of just how severe that angle was. Because there was a tree in the way, or a tree limb, I should say. And so I had to try to just take it. I had a foot or 2 gap. I had to try to take it to the left just to get it on the green. I tried, and it just ended up pushing it a little bit to the right, smacks the limb, just drops. And I'm just thinking at that point, you know, I don't care what happens on 18, I'm going for it in 2, because I bogey number 17. At that point, I'm 11 over. And I say, I don't care. I don't care what I do. I'm taking driver off at 18. I'm going for it in 2. You know. Anyway, let's go back to how I was hitting some of the shots. I was hitting my iron shots decent, except for that stupid gap wedge that I hit OB. You know, never in my life. Well, no, I mean, I have done it. I mean, it's been a long time since I've done it. Wow, how did that only go? How was that only 80% and just started off straight left? So I'm saying the draws, fade, none of that works right in this game. Wow, I could actually pretty easily get there, and it's trying to get me to just chip out. But most of my mid to long irons, I'm hitting decent. I'm hitting my drives pretty well. Way better than the day before. The day before I only had 1 good drive. And another unfortunate thing on it was a 376 yard par 4. It's a blind tee shot, dog legs hard to the right after about 240 yards, and goes way downhill. Unfortunately, if you can't get it to go a little bit right, you're screwed. Mine went dead straight. I ended up under a tree where you can't hit it, so I had to take an unplayable Bogeyed that one as well. From the blue tees, it's like 440 yards or something. It's a long par four. But can be made short if you can just cut it that little bit on the corner and hit that downhill slope. But I only hit my 3-wood one time and I hit it good. It just didn't cut enough like I needed it to. Ended up in a fairway bunker. Hit that bunker shot fat. I was hitting my hybrids well. It was just a little bit off here and there on some of them. You know, like it was thin on one tee shot, which was fine because the next shot was great. It was a slight bit more of a draw than I needed on one tee shot. You know, it wasn't bad. Like I said, hit my driver good. Just got unlucky with whatever bounce I got when it went into the hazard. Didn't need it all. And the fact that the wind affected that, none. That was nice. The fact that I got only like 2 or 2.5 hours sleep, I think really, after the 8, made me I didn't care anymore. You know, there were glimpses of hope a hole or two after that, but the drowsiness and the fact that, you know, I literally shanked a wedge just made me realize what I was going to shoot that day, and that it wasn't the day. It wasn't the day for me. But you know, there's tournaments that are upcoming, and I now know what I need to stop doing and what I need to work on, because I came into the tournament with no hopes, because for the longest time I'm on the range. I'm on the range a lot, and I love trying new stuff. You know, let me kind of try to shape shots. Let me try to hit low ones. Let me try to hit some high ones. Let me try to tweak my swing here or there. So every week, every other week, I'm doing something new with my swing, and nothing's, you know, it's not helping. So why did I keep doing it? I have no idea. But no rounds that I had played leading up to the event was what made me confident that, you know, I was going to go into it and shoot something that was, for me, respectable. Now that 6 over on the first day was phenomenal for me. You know, I was nervous. It's a tournament. I'm up super early for me. But you know, there was a chance there. You know, I'm in second place after day 1. You know, there's a chance. And the second day is what made me realize, go back to the basics. When you go to the range, you know, practice hey, hit it straight. Just make sure your contact is good. Make sure you hit the shot you want to hit. You know, stop trying to fix your swing. So, you know, so to say, if it works, it works. Who cares how it looks? You know, because I hate the way that I swing my driver, but guess what? I hit it straight. It's guaranteed me, you know, fairway, or at least, you know, in play every time. So I don't need to change it, you know. And I think that's huge for a lot of people, and what a lot of people should realize is like, hey, no matter what, you know, you should or shouldn't do this with your swing. If it's comfortable and it works, use it. You know, play with it. See how you can do better while doing that, you know. But, you know, playing with those guys, still had a lot of fun. Oh. And there's another tournament in September, and I think in October that I wanna play in, cause you know. And another big thing was in that tournament, so they play off of tees that, again, I don't normally play off of. That they're slightly, you know, shorter than, or a little shorter than what I am used to. Oh, I actually hit the 82%. I thought, you know, I would try it and it would be short of what I wanted, so. Where's the hole? Oh, come on. You're trying to tell me on that huge slope it wasn't breaking? But that was. That was. But had fun. And I can definitely say that without a doubt. That was a great shot. Without a doubt, over the last 2 days, whether or not the shot was good and whether or not, or where it ended up was good and whether or not I played well, I hit more solid, you know, middle of the club face. Just great contact with the ball than I have in a long time. Ooh, what? That was crazy. No, I mean, I would never say no to that. That lag putt right there. How'd I get to not? Oh yeah, I made a hole in one. I was like, how'd I jump up 2 shots? What? Forgot all about that. You know, I think if a lot of people's problem is they're overthinking it. They're making everything way too complicated. You know, just go back to the basics, practice that. Definitely, you know, your short game, chipping and putting. Just make those 2 things a focal point, because if I take away anything of the, you know, from the guys that I played with, it's they were able to really make the putts that mattered most of the time. You know, that guy, the guy was younger than me. He set himself up with under a 15-foot birdie putt on so many holes and made a lot. He made a lot of birdie putts. Whereas with me, you know, the first day I set myself up with the same thing. A lot of birdie putts, but I only made 2. You know, and one of them was 35 foot. So that was all just luck. I thought that was in. I thought it was in. We won this one. We didn't win the last one. Or not the last one, but the one before that. You know, because somehow They birdied and then eagled. The same thing that I did. Whatever. All right. We'll go. We'll finish off putting, and then we'll go with probably spin after that. And then let's go to. We have a lot of money. Let's go to the pro shop and get our set of clubs. Love my Cobra. Oh, they don't have any, no Cobra 3 woods. It's kind of weird. Ew. What's that, +1 on health? With luck. Ping. I mean, the best one was the Bridgestone, right? I don't know what that symbol is. It's like the refresh symbol. Which would tell you. I don't know, let's go with it. Oh, there we go. Damn. UFI S9. These are way more expensive. I assume they're better. That's how you know things are good, right? You know, Cleveland wedges are very good. Oh, I'm getting a spam call. Let's just deny that. There we go. What do we got? Nike. Odyssey. Odyssey, one of the better, or one of the best putters. A lot of luck there. What else we got? Ping. Rasa. Isn't that TaylorMade? Go with the Ping. Ultra Lucky. Oh, wait. Or no, the Odyssey Ultra Lucky ball. Ultra Lucky one. Yeah, I don't like giant putters like that, but whatever. True Temper offers me nothing. Oh, nothing does. Okay. I don't know. 1,000. We'll go with that one. What's next? Balls. You gotta have big old balls. Just on principle, I ain't going with no EA Sports ball. Hate EA Sports. Karma. What the hell? Let's go with that one. A lot of money for a ball, but, you know. I don't think grips are gonna do me much, but whatever. No grips. I like that one though. Or no gloves. I mean, are really doing much. Okay. Well, you know what? Screw it. We did clubs. I guess we'll change our clothes a little bit. Hurry up and save. Damn it. Shirts. Adidas. All day I dream about, you know. That's what Adidas stands for, right? Oh no, they're very... Ooh. I like this one. It's very slimming, I guess. Let's see, pants. I mean, right now, we're definitely wearing some shorts. Stop dancing, buddy. They don't have very many good shorts that match. So we'll go to pants. We'll match with the shoes. I like that black and red TaylorMade hat. I don't wear glasses, whether it's for vision or otherwise. No jewelry. Gotta have my socks. You know what I wear? I wear high socks. I absolutely hate with the low cut socks or whatever. I hate them. But anyway, that's where we're gonna end this part. When we come back, we're gonna do more. You know, it's what we do. So, hope you guys are enjoying it. Have a great one. Bye.